So let's go ahead and analyze this Euro USD pair, and let's see what trade opportunities lie in the market going into next week. Today is Saturday, March the 8th, 2025. So let's take a look at what we have on the chart. Now, you guys always know one thing that I always do is I do my top-down analysis, which means whenever I'm analyzing a pair, especially at the beginning of the week, I'm always going to start on the monthly time frame and work my way down to my signal time frame, as well as my entry and exit time frames that I'm going to be looking at. Okay, so I always start on the month. Some people don't go this high in terms of top-down analysis. Some people don't go to this much of a high time frame, but I just think that the higher you go on the time frame, the greater your reach or your vision is when it comes to looking at the market, in terms of looking back to get a true depiction of where the market is going. Okay, so I always start on the monthly, and what I like to do, I just like to go in, mark off my support and resistance levels that just stick out to me. So I see a level right here, and I always bring my levels down to capture the most touches in terms of where the level is. So there's a touch here, there's a touch here, and there's a touch here, as you can see on the chart. So that is where my highest resistance level is going to go. I don't need to place levels up here. Why? Because of a couple reasons. First off, we're on a monthly time frame. So this took place years ago. This is years ago. Because remember, every candle represents 1 month. So every 12 candles, that's 1 year. So there's no need to mark the levels out up here. Although, if you want to put them in, you can, but there's really no need for it. Now I'm going to go to the most recent price data or support and resistance levels to mark these in. So there's also a level here. Now we do see a level right here as well, but we'll mark that in on a lower time frame. But my immediate levels I want to mark in is this level here and this level here. Let's take this level out. We don't need that. So this level here, this level here. So now let's go down to the weekly. And again, guys, with this exercise, once you start off on a very high time frame, you can actually see the levels a little bit easier. And the more you do, the more you come in and mark off your support and resistance levels, the better you're going to get at it, and they're just going to begin to pop out at you. And then as you go down on a lower time frame, you may need to slightly adjust your levels. But we can see on the weekly, price came up, touched here, touch here, touch here. And keep in mind, these are months, even sometimes years in the past, because every candle is a week's worth of price data. So this is what took place last week. Price moved all the way up. Okay, so now we can, if we like, we can come in and put in a level here, because we can see where price found resistance here, support here, and again, you want to bring it to a place where it's getting the most touches. So there's a touch here, touches back here. So I'm going to leave this level right here. Okay, although price has came through this level, there's always a chance it may come back to this level, and we may can trade off this level. So now let's go to our time frame where we get our signals from, and this is the daily time frame. Why do we get signals from such a high time frame, right? So keep in mind, first off, we are swing traders, where I am a swing trader. I'm not a day trader, although I will take a day trading type setup and trade, but for the most part I look for swing trades. It just makes it easier for me to trade that way, and I go into videos and details on why I prefer to swing trade rather than day trade. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but for my personality, swing trading is better. Okay, so when I look for my signals to take my positions or take my trades, I'm always looking for a daily time frame signal or a continuation in a particular trend direction, but I'm always looking at the bigger time frame. So I'm looking at a daily time frame to see where the price is going. That helps me make the best trading decisions. Okay, so let's analyze what we see now. We see price came, it traded in this range, and then it broke out of this range right here. last week. And remember, these are daily candles. So each candle represents one day. So this is what took place Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and this is the beginning of the week, Monday, right here, where price came and began to trade through this previous level right here of resistance. It went straight through the level. So that is your candle that made the move through the level, and it took place on Tuesday. So now let's get an idea of where the price may go. Now, we already know that there's a level here, and actually I think that's where price is ultimately going, you know, if not trading higher. But the first level of resistance that I will be looking at to get out of this position is here. But let's say I'm not in a trade and I want to join this position. Okay, now what did we notice last week? We noticed price went up essentially all 4 days. But what happened on Thursday? Thursday, price came up to this level and began to reject. It began to reject right here, right? Price then opened on Friday, went back up to this level, attempted to push past it, but it didn't close higher. It didn't close higher than the highest point of the previous day, Thursday. So essentially, price is beginning to stall in this area. And you can see that clearly from these wicks from the daily chart, right? So price came out on Thursday. It tried to push up. It couldn't push. The sellers pushed it back down, right? Either the sellers pushed it back down or the buyers said, hey, price has gone up so far, we don't want to continue to buy. We don't mind buying, but we need some type of discount here. So there's not a lot of buy orders that went in here, which ultimately pushed this price down here on Thursday. And this price here closed lower than where it opened at on Wednesday, where this price closed lower than where it closed at on Wednesday, right? That's why you get this red candle here. It means the close of this price was lower than the open of the previous day, because these are daily candles. And then what took place on Friday? Price came out, tried to push a little bit higher, but couldn't close higher than the highest point on Thursday. So this couldn't close higher than it went on Thursday. So price is seeing some type of resistance in this level where the buyers aren't really willing to buy anymore for this, for right now. Now, if you give them a discount, which is a pullback, they may be more willing to buy and continue to buy. But Thursday and Friday, sellers begin to step in, price got a little weaker, and they aren't willing to buy, or they aren't willing to buy with such enthusiasm as they were on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So that's what I take from this price action here. Now, Friday, what could have taken place is there aren't a lot of traders in the market on Friday. There's not as many traders as it is the other days of the week on Friday. So this could be the reason why price couldn't quite push up. But this is something that we're going to be watching coming into next week. Now, let's go down to the 4 hour to get a better look of what took place here. All right. So again, this is what took place last week. This big move. It came down. Sellers began to step in a little bit, pushed it down slightly, but then the buyers tried to make one more push to the upside, but they really couldn't get past this level. Essentially, guys, this is the same level. This is the same level right here. Buyers couldn't really get the price to move past this level. But let's look back and take a look at what happened previously at this level. So let's scroll back on the chart, because price leaves clues. Okay. So we see when price came up to this level before, it had a little trouble. It had a little pausing going on here. So maybe this is serving as a level of resistance, which is going to give us that pullback that we would like to see in the market. That could be the case. Let's go out to the daily and get a bigger picture of what probably took place at that level. So let me go back. Let's go back. And again, as you can see, this previous level here is kind of serving as a level of resistance for right now. So We may get a pullback. We may get a pullback down to previous levels of resistance, which is now support. Price may continue to trade through. If it trades through this level, let me bring this level up just a little bit. Price may come up to this level, either trade through it, or it may try to, push past it again and create and go ahead and begin to retrace to the downside. It's a wait and see game, guys. It's a wait and see game. But we have a plan. The thing is that always have a plan when you're trading these markets, right? First, you want to analyze, see what's going on with the chart, see what price can potentially do, see where your levels of support and resistance, supply and demand are, depending on what you trade, and then have a plan of action that if you see certain things, certain indicators with price, right? Because price is the only thing that's real on the chart. No matter what indicators you use or anything like that, you don't want to necessarily look for those. You always want to look for price. Price will give you the strongest indication of what it wants to do. So if price begins to trade through this level here and it blows through this level without much resistance, then you have a good chance that price may continue to go up. If price is hovering around this level and it can't quite get through this previous level right here of resistance, then there's a chance we're about to get that retracement, that pullback that we have been looking for in this market, to set it up where the buyers are now more confident to come in and place more buy orders, because no one likes to buy high, right? What's the rule of trading? You sell high and buy low. So this price has already went a long way. So no one wants to really continue to buy right here, but they will buy if I get a discount here. If you give me a discount, I may be more interested in buying, because obviously the euro compared to the US dollar right now is very valuable. So this is a valuable asset, right? Price is going up. But do I want to buy at this level? I'm looking for a pullback, a discount on price to put me in, and I will probably be, or the buyers will be, more willing to buy it higher. So that's my analysis for the euro USD coming into next week. Price is moving up. We're looking for a pullback retracement to get us into this potential trade, a nice setup, a nice new level setup, and then continue follow through to the upside to this level here. Right now, what happens when it gets to this level, we'll see, because if we pan out to a larger time frame, this is the level we want to ultimately get to right here. Let me remove this level. This is our big level that we ultimately want to get to. But if we go out further, let's try the monthly. We can see after we get to this level, there's more to go. There's more to go up here. So depending on what the market wants to do. But that's my analysis on the euro USD. That's what I'll be looking for coming into next week, trading this market. And I hope the market continues to trade higher so that we can make some good profits. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Learn and trade Forex. We out.